Maneva na sema PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
Die ntia mesrɛ pa sɛ wo ye Ghana ni na sɛ wo pɛ Ghana yie na wo hwɛ saa video yi bi pa mesrɛ sɛ wo bɛ like video no e de ama me na aboa ma video no tumi akɔ akyiri ama afoforo so anya bi ahwɛ na wabɔmbɔde sɛ wo bɛ share video no so ama nipa dodoɔ na ensa ka bi na ɔmo so ahwɛ na nye eye me nwanwa ene say just 2 days ago. In fact, saa nkomo yi ekupie ewo ba bi me ne madam fo bi ntam just 2 days ago ene na me ne madam fo no ye di enkomo ikohia event bi ase na madam fo no oye NPP parliamentary candidate ewo Accra ha ya oye NPP parliamentary candidate na ne nsamo ana one me ka no ekire mu a asema o ka kire mam say oh unia in fact sisi ade your problem na problem pa ye wo eye the parliamentary on ho and you problem nti sisi a me no ka say de ho ne ye work because eba no presidential ne dia and ye nim kwan e be fa so ne de eba na say ento aba say fita ye mbiem to aba ya nim say ya luso awi enti ho de eye strategy ne eba be yusu but parliamentary no eni here because parliamentary no yensanya ka say king presidential na easy mai na se yensa so anka parliamentary ni ye di agro say presidential no ye be teni ade no e de ama Bawumia ye be nya problem one from the people of Ghana and I said Ghana for company antumi antwe na se yetumi ya na ejimpa ye be nya problem e wo parliament enti problems is here NPP for problem kese pa ye parliamentary no mo hwehwe asamo a parliamentary candidate no eni me di hu nkomo na me ka kire wi ti eye me nwanwa se enne Kevin Taylor esoso dia be boss ona wa be kire mu aka the same nkomo na me ne madam fo no di no me so NPP parliamentary candidate and he admitted that they have lost the presidential elections but we use the parliamentary elections to win the presidential na omunim strategy ombefa na enkomo no abepie Kevin Taylor ani mo chese me nwanwa like I am shocked so mesrɛ pa say video no like video no my say be video no ebetimi akɔ akira ma Ghana fo atimi anya bi ahwɛ ba bi a wo bi a mesrɛ share video no na amanfo enya bi enhwɛ sɛ ne be ya ebeboa ama obiani adaho 2024 elections na ye kon December 7 no Ghana ni bia ebema na ni adaho te se abowo me pacho yenko na yenko hwe video no na yentie ensemo a Kevin Taylor enne obiebie so e de kire ansa na message so be subscribe to PENDREAM TV and subscribe to channel no se be ya beboa ama edwumadie no so atumi akoso yi yenko ne yenko hwe video no emra.
Let's talk about what we wanted to come talk about today. Mr. P, Mr. S, it's time. Now, the NPP ever adapted some strategy 2024 elections. And this is a conversation I had with somebody who does not want Bawumia. Somebody who is an integral member of the NPP. Somebody who thinks it's time for the NPP to leave power. So what I'm going to talk to you about today is coming from somebody close to government who loves me, and I respect this person because between criticizing this person, I'm finding a big deal because when himself I born. But it feels it's gotten to that point, people are tired. You feel power has to go. Because the power and they cannot secure their life. That is the problem of this person. I say, Kevin, if we don't leave power, my kids, I cannot even secure their life, whether in Ghana or abroad. Because Obi Betty said me banye our UK street is one who be attacking me bano. But if we leave power, now people start to answer questions. At least people would know some of us are not as bad as they thought. So people are trying. Said the party should go into opposition, at least so that they all can be heard. Because at this point, as far as these people are still in power, they are alive. They are scared. They are people who, Massa. But let's talk about this. You see, we are Ghanaian. You get up in the morning, and I hear people say this, and I've heard the NDC say this, especially Omo leaders. NPP. We are Ghanaian now because NDC protect our ballot. I mean, can reality in Chawahande. The NDC can do what it can do. NDC regional or registered members of the NDC only less than 1% of the population of Ghana. Yeah, to about Ghana and every polling station, NDC can provide only 2 or 4 people there at a time. How many polling stations do we have in Ghana? So if a political party is able to provide 4 people at the polling station, that step alone, the political party has shown the zeal to show you, say, they want to protect you, what you have come to do, and our ballot. No? That is just 10% of protecting your ballot. That is 10% of protecting the opposite at all the next 4 years. 90% of protection of your ballot, it is you. 90% of securing your ballot, no, it is you. It is not the NDC. The NDC is a group which has come together to call themselves a political party. Because some people have to come together. So yes, they will benefit when there's a change in government. But the best the NDC can do is to get people at the polling station. We are not talking about only 10 polling stations in Ghana. We are talking about thousands of polling stations around the nation. How many voters do we have in Ghana? 28,000 polling stations. 28,000. You want to sit home and say a party and the members do 4 million. The members and protect every single ballot. Are you crazy? You are making a big mistake. 28,000. You sit home and say NDC protect my ballot. Hey, if you want to change government, you have to protect that your ballot. You have to stay and make sure that abana woto ye no NDC ni gina ho NPP ni gina ma ya kan waba. Listen, Ghanaians, we should not say ye jai the protection and protecting of the ballot to the NDC is the biggest mistake in the history of this country. Mamenka on authority, NDC cannot 100% protect all ballots in Ghana. But we, the voters, coming together can protect our ballot. I want to protect that my one ballot. What do? Go there and count it. Even though you know NDC has a representative there, and you have one ballot, go and see them count it. You don't vote and go stay home and allow somebody to represent you. That statement of NDC should protect your ballot. It is upon you to protect your ballot. The NDC can do about 10% of the job, but making sure they have a representative there. You will have to do the 90% of the job to monitor that representative protecting your ballot. So nobody should think, say, NDC has this magic to have their headquarters in Accra, to be going all the way to Asankregwa, to be going down Asankregwa village, to be going down the deep forest, to be having 20 NDC people standing there and watching. NDC cannot do it, my friend. I'm telling you, NDC omun to me yet. You will have to take the job. You will have to help the NDC representative. Your presence is needed. The Constitution states it clearly. Otwaba. your right to say ya kan waba no. Una wokoto aba baako. Kohwe say ya kan sa waba baako na. That's your job. The NDC representative no is to make sure say ono so ehun say ya kan ema wasan ase. That is the job of the NDC. In this year, Ghana, NDC protect our ballot, then automatically you are handing over the power you have to the NDC. You are handing over the power you have to some stupid person not to count your ballot. 2024 is not a year that we have to be pushing our responsibility on a political party. 2024 elections, you vote, you wait, you count, you go home. You dedicate the day to that. And this is NPP worker say your tactics they are going to use your flaws to rule you again because we are lazy. We don't understand what we are doing. Otu aba men to aba nkotene fie. Na otu akotene fie hwan enkan. Aba na otu akotene fie no. Hwan na enkan. Protect your ballot. John Mahama on to me ba sankriko ekurase me protect your ballot ma. Asie dun ketia eltimi ba bekwa ekurase. Eyesa eyede Joyce Bauer on to me ba bantama ekurase on to me nye. They have to be up there to oversee things. You will have to prove to them say mato abano me protect abano. Now you have given you power. I have the right to question you. Now when to me protect waba o person di pani win power. Eden na utumi asa had the right to question the person. Into going into election 2024, that statement, Sametese, John Mahama, NDC, or Manebo Amamo, Eka said they will protect your ballot. Yes, they can do about 10% of that. Do you know the resource that comes into getting 4 people at every polling station? 28,000 times 4. 28 times 4. Almost 122,000 people. Now, are you listening? So, NDC can be provided 4 people at each polling station. We hear about 122,000 people. Do you know how cash intensive this is? NDC will need about 122,000 people. So, one Ghana. Do you know how much? So, you need to understand. You cannot hand over the job to the NDC and say, NDC protect my ballot. Do it. So, yes, we are. Then you have that right to vote against the NDC. So, if they do not deliver, it's simple as that. So, we all have to be polling agents. We all have to adapt our polling station. We all have to count the ballot. Obeko polling station, nipa 15. No, a crony nipa 4,000 a team, nipa 15. And now, opese, uchenji abine, untumi chenji abine with that mentality. Police ni bia ni obehu nipa 2,000 obetwi tuo osuro ka mo be hye no abere ne wo ho. Police ni bia ni ho. Stag bia ni ho he. Omo ba ye waso wagon. Ko behu nipa 20,000 wa ha ko mutumi nye saa de no mo ye no. No. Enti police ni bia ni obetuma ba constituency polling station abetwi tuo. Abra wo se nipa 2,000 gina ho kan aba. Osuro. Ye begi tuo no ahye no. So NDC we need about 112,000 to 120, I don't know. 112,000 there about 112,000 people just to monitor. Why are you not helping them halfway? Say 112,000 cry. Is it small money? 112,000. Nipa bakubia eje ebia yan flat 50 Ghana a day. That day. 112,000 times 50. 112 times 50. Give me the number, Mr. P. 112,000. You see, nipa baku be 50 Ghana a day. Omo monitor. Just check. Oh, they say the polling stations are 33,000 polling stations. So now imagine, it's not even 28,000. No, you see, 33,000 polling stations. So if we have 33,000 polling stations, now NDC rep be 50 Ghana. Calculate, but you can help the NDC halfway. You need to be ready to protect your single ballot, to protect that one you have voted. Now, let me show you why they want to rig and the strategy they want to use. This is what they are going to do. Thank you, team. So 33,622 polling stations and at 2024 about 33,622 polling stations. Just do it 50 times 32,000, 33,622. Now give me the number team. Multiply 50 by 33,622. Now here's the NDC 8 just that day. To Nipana omo ekwa mane sa adiano. Then see. Now, my main show almost strategy. See, we almost some reggae elections. You know, TME pa very well. Nana Adodan Kwekufu Adona Bawumia NPP. They have one strategy. They know they will not win the elections. Jubilee House knows. Bawumia knows. J. Mensah knows that NPP cannot win the elections. Right? But they have one silver bullet left. And then I will say, we will use technicalities to win the elections. On election day. So we study NPP very well for the past 4 years from 2020 BCR. There's one thing they are doing, and this goes to the NDC MPs. Unnecessary things now. Stories that are for Dovsu. Abemo story now. You need to look at your constituency and deal with matters in your constituency. And you, some of you are foolishly following unnecessary things. Listen. So flag bearer popular, it does not mean it will translate into you as a parliamentarian. Let's get this clear in our heads. NDC MPs, NDC MPs, get this in your head. Now, the NPP are adapted strategy. So when you have a study, they are resourcing their MPs. They know their candidate Bawumia is not attractive. Omunim say Bawumia nkwa entumi enkiki obi manenko enkoto abamano. So they know the presidency, they will lose it. Now, but they want a way to win the elections. Omo pekwan bi e win elections no. Inti ekwan na dey. Now the NDC, MPP, they have ignored Bawumia. Bawumia instructions or them NPP any kufuarum de omo ye ne se any gabimo. They are resourcing their parliamentarians. They are making sure say about parliamentarians now more money. So they are not putting money in Bawumia's campaign. They don't care. Because they know Bawumia is not attractive. Now what they are doing is it is an MPP for now. So of course social media. Boys don't treat your bokano. Oh, yeah, kwine waha no fake road be. Oh, MP of this one are kwine. When we say they post their MPs more than even Bawumia. What they are doing is they are trying to direct all their resource parliamentarians, parliamentary seats. So what they are doing right now, and they say, more resources, more parliamentarians. They are putting structures in place to make sure they win majority in parliament. Nana Danko Kufuado sat with J. Mensah. J. Mensah clearly told the Kufuado, I cannot do anything come 2024. Bossman Asare Kachi Kufuado said, the only thing we can do for you people now, it is too obvious that you will lose the elections. But the only thing you people can do, election 2024, and maybe catch them. J. Mensah Kachi Kufuado, Bossman Akachi Kufuado said, Otuminya anything on election day, parliamentary, Otuminya majority 140, 138, 39. Ekufuado will force J. Mensah to call the elections for the NPP. TMA. Now he cannot call the elections for Bawumia because he knows head to head Bawumia Mahama. Bawumia can never beat Mahama. Now, Sir Ekufuado strategy ni nyina say. Sir MPP enya 4 majority, 5 clear majority. Time ayebo in parliament. Ekufuado will force J. Mensah to call the elections for the NPP. Now, when they call the elections, they will tell you to go to court. What they are going to tell you is, if he has won parliamentary majority, automatically he has won the elections. TA, MPP for NDC for Muntie. They are going to force J. Mensah All that they are trying to do, they are trying to get parliamentary. Now, if they are able to win parliamentary, even with 5 seats, clear seats, no one would say, I clear 10 seats. Ekufuor will call James and say, call the elections. Because when James calls the elections, what the excuse will be in the say, they took the lead in parliament. And that automatically, when you take the lead in parliament, you have won the elections. Now, Uye Bibi also court, Neko prove say, even though Onu take key lead in the parliamentary, he did not win the elections. Because after that, he will start to pad. And they are not so interested in the presidential because they want to use parliamentary to win the presidential. Because when it comes to head, they cannot beat John Mahama. They know Bawumia is a clown. They know Bawumia does not have that gas to beat John Mahama. But they want to go the other route. And the other route is that where the NDC is not looking at is the parliamentary. Now, if they are able to find a way to push in part parliamentary to even half of the day, December 7th, by 8 p.m., 9 p.m., almost take a parliamentary lead, they'll call the elections for the NPP. I'm telling you. The first strategy is that they are going to get their people on the street, say, you lead the parliamentary into your winning elections. No, that is the strategy. The NDC needs to understand. NPP for Nankasa Nim say they cannot win the elections. Into Tie Samia Uku, Utie Eye Kojo Ponkroma, Utie Eye Brandi Chamuka say we will win with technicalities. That is what they are thinking of doing. And it's a West Stadia. They don't care too much about the presidential. They don't care. Because they want to resource the parliamentarians. They just want a very slim majority. Onya that slim majority or be pressurizing Jane Mensa. Ekufuor will pick a phone. Because if the NPP are not able to win majority in parliament, Jane cannot call the elections for the NPP. When it comes to presidential, John Mahama will win. It's a fact. But for them to be able to beat John Mahama, they will have to take a lead in the majority. Into the moment say, Ekufuor will be on standby. So they will be working more on the parliamentary. And then they be a catch NDC parliamentarians. When you count your vote, do not leave. NDC parliamentarians win election. Wait. Because that parliamentary NPP nini win on winning elections. And they have learnt this, they have studied the NPP for a long time. And this for and then Ofosuku Achikoya or Miankasa constituency, Abra Asebu. I want to constituency, me papa. Ofosuku Achi was not supposed to leave the elections for them. He left it because wholeheartedly he thought to say the results then it reflected. It did not reflect. So the new strategy of the NPP is simple. Ignore John Mahama. He has the popular vote. Because when they do the analysis, when they do their own analysis, when they calculate the vote John Mahama got in 2020 with Nana Opoku-Agyeman, when they calculate the vote John Mahama pulled in 2020, there is no way John Mahama is going to even drop 2% on that vote. 6 million. No. They know. They have done their survey. NPP internal survey. They know they have lost the elections. They know. They know Bawumia can never beat John Mahama. They know. But the only thing they can do, when they take the lead in parliament, they'll call the election. Ekufuor will call Jane Mensa and say, call it. Jane Mensa will have no option than to call the elections. The NPP will say, we have taken lead in parliament. Automatically, they will tell you, say, I'm a presidential candidate, any parliamentary candidate, the numbers are equal. Technically, their presidential candidate has won. This is what they are going to do. I'm a last silver bullet, apart from a tutrafo, Kandapabu police, this is the only last silver bullet left. This is what they are going to do. These are facts. There's nothing else again they can do. NPP they have no way of winning the elections. They have done about 26 internal surveys. They've lost everything. About 26. Nina comes back and says, Bawumia cannot beat John Mahama. They know. In this West Stadium campaign now, they don't care about Bawumia that much. And I was steady here. They are throwing money down there. They are lying down there. They are thinking of pushing money down there. They are thinking of robbing the elections from the parliamentary. Into Owinia, or Akacho say, we have taken the lead in parliament. Automatically, our people, they don't vote skirt and blouse. Bawumia has won. We have not even finished counting. they will take the lead. J Mensa will call the elections for them. So the NDC needs to stop this. And it's all got to do with monitoring your ballot. You, the people, do not leave the NDC to struggle alone. Mona mo have power, no? And NDC have power, no? J Mensa called the election 2020. And I'm refi. She called the election 2020 before marking the corrections. And I'm refi. She based on these things to call the elections. I was saying get to abaning in every and Sana J Mensa call the election. 2020 Kufuor called her to call the elections. Because Tabo will say 300,000, now we have 500,000 votes in Ashanti region. Omu will say it is too close to call. But Kufuor insisted, if I have 137, 138, call the elections. And Nitin Anomo say they are very sure they are controlling parliament, so they have won the elections. Murefi, short memory. So the NDC, the NPP is not looking at Bawumia. They don't care about Bawumia. Bossman Asari Akache Kufuor, let them go down there. When you're able to lead parliamentary, I'll call it for you. J Mensa in 2024 will not call elections. I am telling you, 2024 election, J Mensa will not speak. Hear me. 2024 December 7th election, J Mensa will not speak. Bossman Asari will lead this campaign for the NPP. Mama Yentine say NDC protect my ballot. 2024 election, parliamentary elections are important than presidential. Hear me. 2024 elections, parliamentary elections are important than presidential. Let me tell you, presidential is between two people. And we all know the obvious fact. John Mahama any day is better and will win against Bawumia. Parliamentary is tricky. NDC should be working more parliamentary. NDC and we Ghana we should be protecting the NDC in the constituency polling stations. Yeah, they also protecting NDC for them to be able to work for us. So NDC refuse to listen to this. I swear to God, they will lose the elections. But see, John Mahama and his NDC, Sami Jemfimoni, if they fail, these MPs in parliament, Samu fail to listen to this, you'll be shocked the outcome of the elections. They will tell you they have won the elections. Stop it. That nonsense of NDC for more kind parliamentary, that's that nonsense. And you, the people, now stay there and finish presidential and parliamentary. Must I repeat this story way? The 1st of December, this particular episode, the 1st of December, I will repeat it. The 2nd of December, I will repeat it. The 3rd of December, I will repeat it. The 4th, 5th, and 6th, I will repeat this episode because more was short memories. And I will remind you, said this is where they want to win the elections. We can stop this rigging. Bossman Asari, if the NPP comes out, Mameka will be sure, close to the elections, they'll be looking more at the parliamentary than the presidential. NPP will be looking at parliamentary more. Some more careless, no more allowing Kofu Momu taking lead in parliament. Bossman Asari will call the elections for the NPP. And emissary. I love John Mahama so much because he's intelligent. I worship his brain. He's human. He makes mistakes. He's a politician. He makes mistakes. Sometimes he misquotes. Sometimes he gets it right. He's human like myself. I worship his brain. And that is me here. We need to exhaust John Mahama. Retire. That is what we need to do. We need to exhaust everything. We could not exhaust everything in Kwame Nkrumah's head because of Nkwasiafo we are. The Negu Kwame Nkrumah team, you exhaust more than 10%. We could not exhaust Kwame Nkrumah. Yen to me anji nyanse wa Kwame Nkrumah fam wa kruno enankofo we akuno. John Mahama we are lucky. Inti yenye bibia ni exhaust everything from his brain because enu nebe to me develop growing. Into me, I don't worship John Mahama. I worship his brain. Sanyan Sakura to build UGMC. That I worship it. NDC can do this. And this is not above the NDC. I'm telling you, from what I know, the NDC is prepared for 2024 elections. I will not lie to you. If you want to know the NDC is prepared, I am Chowiniko Asin North. The NDC got their numbers before the Electoral Commission. How did the NDC make it happen in Asin North? How were they able to get their numbers before even the Electoral Commission? The people of Asin North helped the NDC get the numbers. They monitored the elections with the NDC. The NDC had their softwares, their everything ready to count the numbers. The people of Asin North, they helped the NDC. And I went, the shock na NPP for nya because the people of Asin North, they helped NDC, polling station to polling station. They were there to help count the elections. NPP, the tax coin, they could not affect them, because the people, they took the elections, they took over the elections. Every constituency, due polling station take over the elections. The civilians take over the elections, monitor the elections. I can tell you for a fact, the minimum, the NDC is 1,000% prepared. But without your support, without you being with them there, without you insisting your ballot is counted, they can do everything. You won't get the win. They are prepared. They have learned their lessons. On some of us not by NPP raising issue say NDC into me quality of results. What TB? On some can be. They had the shock of their lives, and I give credit to Asin North for. Even though the NDC technologically they were prepared and ready, saying Asin North for MPA and be boa monitor election na and NPP for be cheer for so. I'm telling you. The police cannot be trusted 100%. It's a fact. And if soldier for be a form, SS for the form soldier. Ghana soldiers will make match your mabuomo and the inquire form soldier. So you cannot trust the military that shot 8 people in 2020. You cannot trust the Dampari police that shot people at Ayawasi West Wagon. You cannot trust them fully. But you people can trust each other. You people coming together as a unit, you can protect your own ballot. Ghana police cannot protect your ballot for you. Ghana military cannot protect your ballot. You can protect your own ballot. Help the NDC. I have been with you all these years. I will never support anything that is not legit. I can tell you for a fact, the NDC is prepared to do their part to give you the win. What are you also willing to do? You cannot win election like that. Stay, monitor, check, count. Make sure parliamentary, presidential, you are there. That is how you can win election. If we do this, Bawumia can lose about 3 million votes. I'm telling you. Bawumia might lose. The margin will be bigger than any presidential election in this republic. Say we Ghanaians monitor the elections. I'm telling you. Let's see. The margin about Bawumia losing elections is close to 3 million. NPP, they know. It's 2 hours, 50 minutes. I'll be right back after this short break.
Enti eye nkoma na ye di ho nkomo no eno ene yakobo ho video e de a kire mo ankasa matie na mahu sade eye nkomo no esifae we eye conk like eye factual eye saying secret bi eno de abeto no madika ka kire mo say de ma nkomo no ye me nwanwa e shock me pa ne say just 2 days ago me ne madamfo ye NPP parliamentary candidate ma Greater Accra ha constituencies no back mintimi mo ndin na mintimi mo constituency ni din cause onimisa ojimidi ɛna me so me gini di pa anti nkomo bi ho no mu a in fact me nkomo ati se me ntimi be yi ne to emfam to public but nkomo oni me di ye no efa kwan a o mpese o mo fa so wi ni election because ye nya hia ya nkomo a ni ye ka me hia na pe no kan say o chale we the election ni de ya na ya ja mama mu ya na ya ja mama we were 3 later na ba ko so be kan ye 4 ye nyina ye namfo that ono and a parliamentary candidate for that offense constituency na America ho asem. Eti begin the Oshiamiana asem o kan say o chale elections no de ya na e de amam ya na e de amam ti ye starting common no starting say we chale elections no ye de esi ya ye problem nyina e parliamentary ye problem kese pa no e the parliamentary side yetumi nya parliamentary o dia presidential there o masa there kwan e be fa so ai there small thing because all there you say ye jai mu pe mo wini but parliamentary ni here because one say ye nya parliamentary na ni bi gina so e de aye de pese ye ene ye nya parliamentary na e be affect ye ka say presidential no ye be yes ade na e be affect ye ne Ghana fu be nya problem and as ye ni Ghana fu mpo anya problem a parliament ho no mankasa no ye be nya problem because fa ne say yakoto aba na NDC akonya bi abeye 142 parliamentarians and I say 145 parliamentarians na ye kunya less a na che say omo na ba be control fence parliament ho then ye brekwa ye be brekwa na be chen ne ye be ye koye 50-50 no nti no na che say omo hia parliamentary no so ombetwa NDC said ye be ya flag fence presidential no ombetuma wiem me say na num asam a me kan very serious issue e wo be say na agro no ne ye didi but I knew say ono de na to me me ne nkomo na nya agro and would because me kai 2020 elections don't osata no nye parliament ye to abani wie ya pe ohia me asama o kan say ye wiam asiafo some money adin some mu di bi 2012 eso ya sa no kan na asem o kan kire me plain o di diagro like o sia me a and minim say asem na no kan e ya asem o matena se e ye NPP gurus no ene NPP fo mpanyifo atena se adwene ho a planning say masa ye nya parliamentary na mo forget Bawumia ye be ye president. Nobody can change it. What you say? And the eyo omusuro nyina na se so mo anya parliamentary no mo bo mo musuo no mo koye mo ko force call for Bawumia. The problem they will get is and show many Ghana for being a problem. Ghana for be soreti ya omo nya ndis vo Ghana for be soreti ya omo. And as a Ghana for mpo answer enti ono mutumi succeed ewuramu a they will have serious issues at the parliament because enya dia NDC for majority no ebetumi ama omo kwan ama omo atumi aye omo adwuma ntini o kan say e ba na sa so a say in case so mu wini presidential no mu lusu parliamentary no mpo na say omo nim say omo sofa ewo eye parliament one more then what they have to use Supreme Court. That is what he said. I said then they will use Supreme Court to their advantage and they don't have any option again than to use Supreme Court to do their things. Enti asamna Kevin Taylor can a serious issue. It was a NDC for mpanyifo enkanka national organizer Joseph Yamin and Gandhi. I know you people are working more nam form more ye juma more boy juma and minimum say more juma na more bonus on ebeso aba na mmom ye hwehwe free mu nchen say you people will energize the constituencies, energize the people like money or mon kasa mo hu the need ehun hia say e was say on the very day na ye beto aba no e was say NDC for whatever mo mobilize on a police station to make sure that not even a single ballot to be spoiled. That is what they should be doing for us. NDC from page 4, Chairman General, Asiedun Ketia, General Secretary, Fifi Kweti. Yes, Ramo, this is the work. The parliamentary need. That is their only hope. That is their only hope. NPP for hope as aka no. Omu hope ba kopa aka no. Se ombe wini parliamentary no. Kwanya omo fa so at 2020 omo fa so e de be 10 verdict o bra na NDC for the lead parliamentary no. That is the same thing they would use. And na Kevin Taylor kai nipa, or they would try to use the soldier for ni bi. Sa invisible forces ne Delta for ne Boga Bulldogs so modi o makwa hye national security mu ne soldier mu no. They will use those guys to intimidate some of these constituencies. Constituencies o mu ni say o mu ni a friend saying o metimi alusu ho no. They will use these people to attack Ghanaians, to attack NDC for Mumma NDC for any ready our constituencies ni nyinaa, especially constituencies are yes so NDC for you say a year 50-50 ya nhwe yi omo so betimi awini. We should be very 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 vigilant in those fancy constituencies no. And yeah, boot for boot, do or die. Yes, say ebe ban say NDC for be trainee a year offense vigilantes be crumple works our constituencies no more. They should train their own vigilantes and get them professional weapons. Utu anamato ubomi anamabo. Yes, baby ya druno ya ensan tenase emma sebio sojani se ono no ye nipa sen civilian to okotutu e dia bo civilian ni no a ono ni sika na ye di tua wo sojani nika akum no aseye no na watenase I enjoy ono ni sika. No, that thing wouldn't happen again. At the NDC for yesramo the 50-50 constituencies na munim say aha e betimi out by afa ebia constituencies na munim say NPP for mpo wini ye no e azabi no mo de fa ho wini ye areas e bi o mo wini e bi o mo de be 2000 votes bi 1000 votes bi and o mo de wini and those seats will come back to NDC. And so they will send those vigilantes, those offense and murderers no in those constituencies to harass Ghanaians. And it mesre say yem party mpanyifo NDC mpanyifo honorable Yamin mo friend saying Fifi Kwete mo chairman general Asiedun Ketia mo yesra mo sa areas wo nyina mo mani nkoho na enye nipa wo se ono sebi oso ono opese ochim Ghana for onsa osasotro a mumma yem fama no nyema omunhunu se Ghana eye Ghana for dia. Ghana enye NPP for dia. Ghana does not belong to Akufo-Addo and his family. Ghana does not belong to the Achim mafias. Ghana belongs to Ghanaians. Ghana no eye Ghanaians dia. Na yen sorenji oman no ensi ho. The constitution no say we should resist the oppressor's rule. Say a dru baby a wasi ye di moja krompo eto so o say ye nananom e di moja ene edigi o man isi ho ma ye nti adru menne won so say ye nso ye be ye bi atoa so. This is the time we have to save this nation. We have to save this country. Ebraso Ghana for ebraso say wasi ye gi o man si ho ebraso say menemo e gi o man si ho ne amfa masa nkrofo yi amma o man fa ndi nkwase asam e wo krom ha na ye nim na kroyi o man sakodi nkrofo yi nsam a then we should forget it. Ghana asay say ye nim na o man nkrofo yi timi sa chinchim yensa e gi ade free ensam a then we should forget it. Yes, we should forget it. So niemesre ne say wa wo hwe video e bia no share the video like the video, like it so that bet me akɔ n'akyim abɛkɔ akyiri ama amanfo anya bi ahwɛ platform bi a wɔso bia no share link no to na ka kyerɛ amanfo so ɔmo nhwɛ bi wonim NDC fo page fo bi a share ma ɔmo na ɔmo so ntumi nhwɛ bi na ɔmo nyina yɛmfa nto yɛn ho fo because this issue me say I spoke to, in fact, I had a conversation with an NPP parliamentary candidate, or my best friend. He's a friend to me. In fact, we've been friends. Sana. Sabi na started politics. So friendship, no, that's all. He calls me, I call him sometimes. We don't even talk about politics. These are national issues. BFC, Abana, Obia Kabina, Umi, and Como, we are near their family, and Watam near Carton, no, be a baby. So just 2 days ago, I'm a meeting, no, our event be and this transpired. So one was say Kevin Taylor so abeka the same thing na nkomo na menino edin. So it means that a nkomo a national security for any NPP for and aka boom the defense and based on their research on my say they are going to lose the elections. The only way they can find their way out is to find a way of rigging the parliamentary elections so that they will base on that to steal for Bawumia. Because look, NPP for now, everybody knows that NPP is losing these elections. That's our elections, and so we lose when you'll be in the catch. And Framana Ebo, a change in Framana Ebo. Everybody knows NPP for Nim. Say Framana Ebo. Massa, me, my friend, just a friend saying, I think 2 days ago, Bia Meko event and very good. Not Meko is our event na Mekushia parliamentary candidate no. And I mean put Madame for police in Nibi so edin komo. No more a kwa. Madame for police no so MPP ni o. Omo kwa. Ena omo na ehwe kwa nyoma e call like MPP for na aba ho ne NDC for no work na omo yi nyina is there. Na nkomo ano oni mi di no say my friend na on put the D can from ba ma hu ampeke later na my friend no me kono na my friend no so Charlie ye wo a friend say you kwawu na Charlie ade ne dia ayeka ade ne dia ayeka hey Charlie ma shock you hey nti kwawu pa ni Eastern region kwawu pa na MPP for na mo ache say ase baller obi ampo mfi omu obia say mfi omu o say Tali IGP Krompo nam hono mo a fans a woje no e chen se kofo ne Bawumia akufo ado ne Bawumia nam ho asem a madam for police no ye NPP ne ka kire me no o say tio o say even the IGP dampare Krompo nam krum hono sa amanfo dampare adom any fans a woje wo kru no mu no a chain the president of the land Akufo-Addo any Bawumia omon so aba the same vicinity no a omon so nam ho chese also omon nam ho ase sebi ase ya ni abom no like nobody wants to like as omon ho ya so he ono was part of the defense saying team na no mudi NDC for work na chi and no okeka say massa Charlie ma win elections na we that was what he was telling me and sana me ko event because she a parliamentary candidate so and someone yeah Kevin Taylor can it is true the MPP knows they have lost the elections that one no two ways about it because look on mine baby massa na wo hwe baby a sabiu Mahama John Dramani Mahama hwe baby ofa Ghana efriye na hwe enyuma wo ye de ma Ghana for look me in 2016 if you had told me that NDC would lose the elections no I would like I never dreamt of it I never man so who die say NDC because looking at the things that Mahama had done then nyoma no why like abandoned schools hospitals like roads like then like mention them nyoma na Mahama aye okrum oman we mu no na bibia ni ho a ekire me say look even NPP for no mo kotena radio so TV so no mo communicate a what they say say oh adwuma de wa ye adwuma obi anka so nya adwuma na emum omo boy kro no omo wiaye na Mahama biggest a year no mo de tata ne say Mahama was a thief amount for the crowd ni wieska nkrofo ni wohwema ne nkrofo ni wieska. In fact that was the main issue na omo de tata Mahama. But say obeka say Mahama ye adwuma development koso de none of them challenged that, none of them denied, not even Bawumia ne ntokwa no ni Mahama ekunyina was economy, the economy if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you and no okay. But say development, see you develop your mind or mind page in your mind a bit too a bit more man tumpon amount for any juma ye ni hwan dia de no. None of the NPP members ever denied it. Omo kotna offense peace FM sefa kan show so they omo confess it. Na komiamo na omo confess it. So yen kan say adwuma samo be kaya tama na offense kofo ete aban mu no ndc for kan say nya adwuma na ebedi nya adwuma no ene ebewe enye nyoma na enti omososo no enne omososo mu nka nkire enye adwuma na omo ye ne bemi ye hia sika gu ebutum. We need money. NPP for this were their worst. Nti eba na say yen kasa adwuma ye pa dia masa na Mahama bo adwuma Ghana ha obi ani obetimi aka say Mahama wa mo adwuma. But because of the propaganda and ntro ankrofo bi di ye no man no de yet discuss and so accommodate we friends saying we are going to change from taxation to production near one day we will make things soft for you ntimon to abama mon so menhwe de and no and da Ghana for so okay if some Mahama correct me you see ya that's oluma we so bit me aya why don't we try him and see ebia no kra no bit me aya better than Mahama and no moto about the man. It is a Mahama ni NDC for kwa juma ombe bonu kruma krampo no mu di lose elections. How dare you say NPP aban we aban bongo we aban baller we aban toilet we aban TV like ponchi aban we aban ya say nyansa bi anim chese unhu leader unhu follower unhu whatever sa banwe Akufo-Addo abanwe awurade na kofo aban kwa na etisen na Akufo-Addo abanwe dey no maye dey na NPP Akufo-Addo abanwe aye na ubi so omokro muntimi nkasa ubi so omokro muntimi nka enyomo maye utimi kofre kofa efense regional minister of Ashanti region betna TV so ubi san say bo enyoma dua maye ewa ha na ototo papa so onim nyomo obeka onibi obeka a whole deputy chief of staff asanse boache kofa no betna radio so ewo Star FM onka enyoma 5 pe awomatumi aye ewukrom ha wantumi anka masa. What do they have to show? They have nothing to show to Ghanaians. Sika oma wia bosi oma bo masa sika nkrofo wia ne sika oma abedi omo nsam no senka Kwame Nkrumah nya sika na nkotumi unite Africa. I'm telling you, ko unite Africa. But look, ewa himfa oma dia say sika no. They have nothing to show for that money no. Oma dini nyina na sa banwe and eba be win elections by 2024 December 7 ANC. So they know that they have lost the elections. Every NPP member knows say ukoshia NPP ni bia no ye takashi no ye be win election e be win mo takashi no ye o mini ye na kumam na kumam ubiemu a onu anu na kumam ni na adwene say takashi politics ye chalosi ye for ni de ani din hwem and they know they have lost the elections. And the only way they can overturn the verdict of Ghanaians and it's umewiem. Na kwan yon befa so awiem no and na ye bobo so e de akere mu. Mumma ni na ho Ghana for 2024 December 7th ya ye koi. Ya. Mumma yen chip like ye mo hu say we are Ghanaians. Na eto de din a ye yankase ye gi oman ni si ho. Yes. Yen kire NPP for say eto de din a yen kire Kufu Ado ne nkrofo no say eto de din a Ghana we will save our country. Aha, a PENDREAM TV. Make sure also subscribe to this channel, and make sure also subscribe to this channel. Oh, I've been interested so now. What the ato comment section no. I say na abua ama yenina yet me ato adwene na yehu the ekoso PENDREAM TV. Say Edamu yopo.
Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there. Osia dem yopo.